Brittney Griner just called Caitlin Clark a trash effing white girl. Caitlin Clark has been picked on and abused ever since she entered the league in 2024, and now Brittney Griner.
The WNBA is facing growing backlash as calls intensify for an official review into Atlanta Dream center Brittney Griner's actions during a heated matchup against Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. Viral footage appears to show Griner shouting offensive remarks toward Clark after being ejected, sparking widespread debate about fairness and accountability within the league. Many fans are now questioning why WNBA officials have remained silent, especially given their quick responses to past controversies involving Clark and her opponents.
Former ESPN host says that no, she didn't say bleep white girl. She says bleep whack call. To which she then went on to call me a grifter for even pointing this out, but besides the point. You can watch and make up your own mind as to what it appears Brittney Griner is saying. It's not certain what Griner says. There is one way to find out. Ask Brittney Griner. However, no one has done that except for Outkick. It's been over 2 weeks since Griner said this. Instead, the WNBA was investigating a bogus race hoax made up by Angel Reese about Indiana Fever fans. And I say bogus because they found no evidence.
The incident took place during the Indiana Fever's hard-fought 81-76 win over the Atlanta Dream, a game already filled with emotion and physical play. In the second half, Griner fouled out and left the court visibly upset. Cameras caught the moment as she exchanged words with Clark, and social media quickly reacted. Many fans and lip readers claim Griner appeared to call Clark trash, followed by a possible racial insult, fueling outrage and demands for the league to take action.
After she fouled out, she decided to take her anger and frustration out on Caitlin Clark. If the roles were reversed, imagine the type of field day the media would be having right now. Let's all remember the character of Brittney Griner. This is the same woman who got caught smoking weed in Russia and was jailed. And then Joe Biden made a trade for the Merchant of Death and returned him back to Russia for him to continue doing the same shenanigans that he was doing before.
The situation exploded across social media, with a viral clip dominating online conversations for more than a day and a half. Fans, athletes, and even political figures weighed in, making it one of the most discussed moments of the WNBA season. The timing couldn't be more crucial, happening in the middle of Caitlin Clark's groundbreaking rookie year, which has already brought an unprecedented wave of attention and new audiences to women's basketball.
She ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's fourth in the league in MVP voting. Fourth in the league, her rookie year.
Caitlin Clark's influence on WNBA viewership has been game-changing. Matchups featuring the former Iowa standout have averaged around 1.17 million viewers, compared to just 394,000 for games without her. That's a staggering 199% increase, clear proof of how Clark has transformed the league's visibility, marketability, and overall popularity in ways few could have imagined.
Just came out. Ratings are higher than it's ever been for the WNBA.
Yeah.
Congrats to Caitlin Clark. It's crazy how that works.
I mean, what are you going to do? Proof's in the pudding, kind
Get a girl out of Iowa
Exactly.
who can pull up from the state next door
Yeah.
and light up an entire arena, every arena.
Griner's behavior on the court this season has raised growing concerns about sportsmanship and league accountability. Her physical play against Caitlin Clark has drawn particular attention, with many pointing out that the two don't even play the same position. Yet Griner's defensive intensity toward Clark often seems unusually aggressive. Game footage highlights repeated hard screens, excessive contact, and moments that some fans and analysts interpret as deliberate targeting of the league's most high-profile player.
That Caitlin Clark got roughed up repeatedly by defenders throughout her rookie year last year. It was attempted bullying, trying to break her spirit, intimidate her, put her in her place, get even with her for all the attention she was getting. But this season, it appears Caitlin is more committed.
If you're enjoying this coverage, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. The latest Fever vs. Dream matchup once again showed moments of tension, with Griner committing multiple fouls before eventually fouling out. Analysts have noted that her foul rate tends to spike in games involving Clark, a sign of either poor discipline or possible targeting. When combined with the alleged verbal outburst, the trend paints a troubling picture of continued hostility toward the rookie who has revitalized the WNBA's visibility. Beyond the stats, video reviews show repeated examples of excessive physical contact, from high screens to unnecessary body bumps. While physical play is part of the game, the consistency of these interactions has sparked debate over whether Griner's approach crosses the line of fair competition.
Watch some of these plays, guys. Watch some of these plays on Caitlin Clark. Look at this. Look at this. See that? Grabbing, physically grabbing her, applying pressure, pushing her. Look at Brittney Griner. Look at this. Look at how physical they are. Now, granted, Caitlin Clark has been in the weight room this season, but I'm telling you right now, there is only so much your body can take, man. Look at how close Ryan Howard playing her.
Perhaps the most concerning part of this entire controversy is the WNBA's noticeably inconsistent response compared to past situations involving Caitlin Clark. Just weeks before the Griner incident, the league swiftly opened a full investigation into allegations that Indiana Fever fans had directed racist remarks toward Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese, an inquiry that lasted nearly 2 weeks and ultimately found no evidence. Despite that outcome, the league's transparency and urgency were widely praised. In contrast, when video evidence of the Griner incident spread across social media, the WNBA remained silent. This selective enforcement of standards has led many fans, commentators, and even political figures to accuse the league of showing bias in how it handles controversies, depending on who's involved.
Investigating Brittney Griner. How have you refused to provide a statement on Brittney Griner's behalf from the Atlanta Dream, from the WNBA, to Outkick? Because we've asked. So we asked the WNBA, are you investigating Brittney Griner? We've asked the Atlanta Dream, what did Brittney Griner say? We've asked Brittney Griner's representatives, what did you say here? She's made zero comment on this incredibly viral video. Again, I think she says, white girl. I think she is insulting.
The controversy has also sparked heated reactions from leading sports analysts. ESPN's Stephen A. Smith has been one of the most outspoken voices, criticizing both Griner's alleged behavior and the league's lack of response. Smith, who has repeatedly emphasized Caitlin Clark's transformative impact on women's basketball, expressed frustration at what he sees as jealousy and resistance from veteran players and league officials. He pointed out that Clark's success directly benefits the WNBA, noting that her most recent televised game drew 2.22 million viewers on CBS, the second highest in the network's history for the league. Other personalities, like Skip Bayless, echoed the sentiment, questioning why the WNBA has stayed completely silent. "I waited for a statement," Bayless said, "but we've heard nothing, not from the league and not from Brittney Griner. And that silence says a lot."
I don't know for sure what was going on with what cameras caught Brittney Griner saying on the bench after she had fouled out against Caitlin Clark's Fever in Atlanta. I waited to comment on this until the WNBA was able to investigate it. I wanted them to issue a statement about it, but we have heard nothing from the WNBA, absolutely nothing. And Brittney Griner has not commented, which I find.
This controversy comes amid growing concerns about player conduct across the WNBA, as several recent incidents have raised doubts about how consistently the league enforces its own rules. The Griner situation doesn't stand alone. It's part of a troubling pattern of questionable on-court behavior that's begun to overshadow the league's growth and competition. In recent weeks, Connecticut Sun guard Dejounte Carrington also sparked outrage after video footage showed her pulling LA Sparks guard Sarah Ashley Barker down by her hair during a game. The WNBA's conduct policies clearly outline penalties for such actions, from technical fouls and ejections to suspensions, yet enforcement has often seemed inconsistent. This uneven application of discipline has led many fans and analysts to believe that some players are being held to different standards than others, undermining the league's credibility and commitment to fairness.
WNBA already set a precedent. It doesn't matter what Brittney Griner said. It doesn't matter what Brittney Griner said, because they've already shown us they don't need evidence, they don't need substance, they don't need any type of proof at all to launch a bogus investigation into Indiana Fever fans, so they shouldn't need any substance, any basis, any evidence to launch an investigation into any other fan, any other player, any other group. The WNBA said.
The financial implications of this controversy are enormous, especially considering Caitlin Clark's transformative influence on the WNBA's popularity and revenue. Her impact is measurable. Clark has turned the league into must-watch television, with games featuring her drawing more than triple the viewership of those without her. This surge has made her not just a player but an essential business asset for the league. Sponsors and networks have taken notice, as ESPN reported a 170% rise in WNBA viewership during the 2024 season, including its 7 most-watched broadcasts ever, all during Clark's rookie year. That surge in interest has led to tangible improvements across the board, including upgraded travel accommodations like charter flights for all teams, something the WNBA hadn't been able to provide in over 20 years. Clark's success isn't just a personal triumph, it's a financial lifeline that's reshaping the future of women's basketball.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
The stakes for the WNBA in handling this situation properly are extremely high. Caitlin Clark's presence has become a cornerstone of the league's growth, and the numbers prove it. Whenever Clark has missed time due to injury or rest, TV ratings and attendance have dropped sharply, exposing just how dependent the WNBA's new popularity is on her continued success. Ignoring incidents like the Griner controversy risks not only damaging Clark's relationship with the league, but also alienating the millions of fans she has brought with her. With mounting public pressure and clear precedents set by past investigations, the WNBA has a responsibility to address this matter transparently and fairly. League policy already outlines how such incidents should be handled, through formal interviews, review of available footage, and the collection of statements from players, referees, and arena staff. A proper review should also include an analysis of previous matchups between Griner and Clark to determine whether there's a pattern of concerning behavior. Applying these steps consistently would show fans and players alike that the WNBA values integrity, accountability, and equal treatment, no matter who's involved.
It's very possible that Brittney Griner was blaming Caitlin Clark in the big picture for her fouling out, blaming referees in general for overprotecting the Fever because the league wants the Fever to win and the fucking white girl to be MVP because the fucking white girl sells tickets and detonates ratings.
How the WNBA manages this controversy could shape its reputation for years to come. The league has worked hard to position itself as a professional organization that values integrity, accountability, and respect, even launching initiatives like No Space for Hate to promote positive conduct. But failing to investigate serious allegations of racial misconduct, especially when past cases with less evidence received full reviews, risks damaging that credibility. Such inconsistency creates the perception of a double standard in how discipline is enforced, which could erode trust among players, fans, and sponsors alike. The ripple effects go even further. Caitlin Clark's influence has helped lift not just the WNBA but women's basketball as a whole, driving higher TV ratings, youth participation, and college-level interest. If controversies like this are allowed to dominate headlines instead of the sport's success, the league could lose the momentum it's built and jeopardize an unprecedented moment of growth and visibility for women's basketball.
No,
Straight,
I'm not gonna
this is my opinion.
Okay.
This is my opinion.
Okay.
It's a zombie company. It loses money. Nobody's going to the game. Thank God they get Caitlin Clark. She's injured for 2 weeks. All of a sudden, attendance goes down. This is not going to work long term. You trust me. You'll see this long term.
The WNBA now faces a defining crossroads, one that will determine both its short-term credibility and long-term reputation as a professional sports league. How it responds to the Brittney Griner controversy will reveal whether it truly upholds its stated values of fairness, accountability, and consistency. With mounting video evidence, public pressure, and ongoing media attention, The call for a full and transparent investigation grows louder by the day. A proper review should not only address the alleged verbal incident, but also examine the broader pattern of overly physical play that has marked several encounters between Griner and Caitlin Clark. Taking decisive action would show that the WNBA holds every player to the same standard, regardless of reputation, seniority, or market value. The stakes couldn't be higher. The league has finally reached mainstream visibility and financial success, largely fueled by Clark's historic rise and her ability to draw massive audiences. Mishandling this moment risks undoing that progress and undermining years of effort to grow the women's game. To protect its integrity and secure its future, the WNBA must act now, with transparency, fairness, and consistency that reflect the professional standard it claims to represent.